Jacksonville Dolphins. They come in at 11-8, 4-3 on the road, and in their first series, they beat UNF 2 out of 3. And there you see Chris Hayes. Speaking of 2017, when the Gators won that national title, he was the ASUN Coach of the Year. Hayes has been at Jacksonville a long time.
Yeah, former player there, former pro player with the Blue Jays.
And there you see Kevin O'Sullivan, who is coming off that not so good weekend up in Knoxville. But when it's all said and done, you're talking about really 3 or 4 bad innings on an entire weekend. That was it.
Well, the Saturday game, he had 1 bad inning.
Yep.
I mean, you don't get hit with a 9 spot once every 15 years, so it just happened to work that way.
And Tennessee was 40-4 at home last year on their way to a national championship. So a lot of baseball left, and you got to win the midweek games, and Florida's been very good at that here at home. Florida's 13-1 here in this ballpark this year, and we will get underway as Jackson Barberi in that orange jersey will toe the rubber. And the first wind and pitch is right through there, and right on time at 6:33 with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Shields has been great. The sophomore's hitting .424, homer, 16 runs driven in. He's going to go the other way with this one. A little flare out to right, and that ball is going to fall right there into no man's land. He thought about getting to second base, but Ty Evans came in there and got it quick, and that is now a 10-game hitting streak for Jonas Shields.
And a guy, just a pesky hitter, finds his way on base. They usually have him as a number 2 hitter. Came into the game with a .500 on-base percentage.
So a good start for Jacksonville, who dropped the first game to the Gators this year. That game was over in Jacksonville back on February 18th. Gators won that one 10-4. So now Blake Edmonds steps into the box.
And just over there at first base is a guy that's going to steal or at least attempt it somewhere in this game. Shields on the year, 9 out of 10.
First pitch to Edmonds. Good fastball tailing away from him at 96. Edmonds just a 200 hitter. 7 for 35 on the year. Does have a homer, but he's also struck out 12 times in those 35 at-bats. Squares the bunt there, and it'll miss inside. This is the first game in daylight savings time at the Condren Ballpark. Of course, the team practices here all the time, so they're used to it, but shadows already all the way out there, as it is 74 degrees here in Gainesville. Runner goes, hit and run, and Edmonds couldn't keep it in play. But you like the aggressiveness there from Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think if JU is going to win this game, they're going to do things they do best, and one of the things they do really well is steal bases on the season.
Yeah, Jacksonville's got 31 of them. Gators have 35 of them. And Barberi quickly up in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's a changeup, and that one will miss off the plate to even things up at 2-2.
Yeah, the lead that Shields takes over at first base is a very open look. He really has that right foot kind of open, and that gets him a cheat step. For me, I think it's just a touch too open. He's had success with it, but the more open you are, the closer to first base you have to be, because it definitely deters your move back to first base in a pickoff attempt.
3 steps away from the bag. Here's a pitch, and it's hit hard, but a souvenir down the right field line onto that berm. And a nice one-handed grab after a one-hopper to get things going.
Yeah, look for him to be in motion right here, 2-2.
Same size lead over at first. Barberi a long hold this time, and he'll throw back that way.
And that's what you do when you have a guy that's getting ready to steal. Hold the ball, and what will happen is gravity will take over, his heels will go to the ground, because you should be on the balls of your feet when you take your lead. But when a pitcher holds it, that's when the heels go back to the ground.
He'll come to the plate this time and miss with another changeup. So a couple of changeups here to Edmonds. They have not been good. And the only pitch that Barberi has been able to throw for a strike is a fastball, and we'll need to do that here.
I don't have a farm, but if I did, I'd bet it on Shields taking off here on this pitch.
There he goes, and this one is fouled back on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that time. Edmonds had just 3 at-bats over the weekend. He made just 1 start. He was 1 for 3. There are a couple of normal JU starters not in the lineup tonight, as Barberi takes a long look again now to the plate, and he got him. 94 on that fastball, and Barberi will get his first strikeout.
Off speed right there. Swings right through it, but they did not run on that. Luckily, I didn't bet on that pitch.
Yeah.
I would have lost the farm. I'm surprised that he didn't run him there. 3-2 pitch.
Heyman has been good back there at throwing guys out this year.
Yeah, but if you're going to beat Florida here, you're going to have to be aggressive and do the things that you do best. You know, and you're right. Heyman's done a great job, but as a coach, you can't look at that. You say, okay, I'm challenging. I got to get down there against a guy that's a good throwing catcher.
There you see Heyman, who caught all 3 games up in Knoxville. He has thrown out 6 of the 16 would-be base stealers. And they are being very careful with Jonas Shields over there.
The lead is not great by Shields.
Blake DeLamalore, the hitter. Just a .234 average from the right side. And he's going to line this one out to left, going over his NATO, and he will belly flop over towards the line, and the former Dolphin will haul it in for out number 2.
Yeah, took it away from his ex-teammate right there. DeLamalore always plays well against the Gators. Lines one, and NATO does a great job going to his right. And has to lay out at the end to secure it. Great play.
Probably only gotten about a 5 or 6 from the judges on the dive. That looked like you in the swimming pool when it gets to summer in the public pool.
First rule of outfield, just catch the ball.
Just catch it.
Don't worry how it looks.
Here's Chandler Howard, but first another throw to first. Howard's a DH. From over in Lake City. And the first pitch to him is fouled straight back.
And Chris Hayes really likes Howard. He said he's a guy that's got a power threat, barrels up balls. Has a little swing and miss in there, though.
He's got 12 hits on the year, and 3 of them are homers. There's another changeup, and it'll miss again. So 3 changeups thrown, and 3 of them have not gotten across home plate. Howard went to Columbia High School, and they've got another kid from Columbia High School that'll go to Jacksonville next year. Bigger lead this time, and then they'll throw over. Also a local kid, J.J. Gardner from Buchholz, signed up to go to Jacksonville next year.
And this surprises me. You got a leadoff guy that steals bases. He's been anchored down there the whole inning.
Fakes like he's going to go, and breaking ball is down and in.
His lead over there is not great, and he's bothered by Barberi holding the ball, obviously. I'm assuming he's on his own. Top of the order. First inning.
He goes that time. It's a breaking ball, and Heyman's throw is perfect. What a shot by Heyman, a dart, and he'll throw out his 7th runner of the year. So despite home half of the first, here's the lineup for Kevin O'Sullivan tonight. The former Dolphin, Justin Nadeau, will lead off. Bobby Bozer, after struggling last week, will try to get things going. Then it's Colby Shelton, followed by Heyman and Lawson. And then Gator fans will be happy to see Kate Curlin back in the lineup. You see him right there, back at second base tonight after missing 10 games with a hurt shoulder. And then Stripling, Ty Evans, and Hayden Yost will round out the order. And they will face a right-hander, a veteran from Hampton, New Hampshire, transfer in from Quinnipiac. It's Aaron Zenas.
Yeah, Zenas 88 to 91 on the fastball. Slurvin change, but he has to command that fastball if he's going to be around any length of time tonight. That's a key for him.
Of Quinnipiac seems like one of those teams that'll bust up your bracket, one of those lower seeds that from over the years has been in there. I'm sure you've already filled out yours.
Yeah.
A lot of people think the Gators got a chance to win it.
I would think.
Congrats to Todd Golden and company on winning the SEC tournament.
What a year.
And earning a 1 seed for just the 3rd time in school history. Steve Egan was there. He is our statistician tonight. Even got a few pieces of confetti that flew down onto the floor. And there's the Gators trophy from back in 2017, courtesy of the Gator Dugout Club. Really hard to win one of those. And Kevin O'Sullivan finally got one. Been to Omaha 9 times.
Unbelievable.
All right, here's Justin Nadeau and his 400 batting average. Stepping into the box, and the first pitch to him is perfect on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. The junior from St. John's has the best on-base percentage on this whole Gator ball club. It's .556. And he'll put a poke into that one out to center, but Hodges was playing right there, and with the sunglasses on, he'll make the catch for out number 1. So that's the first time that Jacksonville has retired their former teammate. Nadeau was 3 for 3 in that game earlier this year with a walk and a hit by pitch, so he was on base all 5 times. So now Bobby Bozer, as he tries to get things going again, being home for him should hopefully help. Bozer was 1 for 16 last week in the 4 road games with 7 strikeouts. So that got the average below 300 for the first time this year. And he'll take a slider off the plate.
And obviously the competition changed, but baseball is a funny game because he had that unbelievable game the Saturday before with the home runs and then 1 for 16, but that's baseball.
It's such a streaky game. We've seen Ty Evans go through those kind of spells over the years. But you just got to keep going at it.
Okay.
Sometimes it just takes a little blooper, something here or there to get you going again. 2-1 is right through there.
That's all it'll take. And I'll tell you, lay a bunt down would also be a way to go. Obviously, with 2 strikes, he's not going to do it, but you may want to glance down there next time up.
Yeah, he did try to do that up in Knoxville and just couldn't get it down. Slider again. He chases one up in his eyes. So the struggles continue for Bozer, and it's 2 quick outs.
And they're going to need Bozer. Let's face it. I mean, he's a cog in this lineup. You know, and
yeah, you could arguably say that through the first 3 weeks of the year, he was their best player.
Without question.
But this guy hasn't been too shabby either, Colby Shelton.
Well, I just love the way he just sees the ball deep and hits it where it's pitched. The reason why that OPS is over 1,000. And here we are 22 games into the season.
31 hits for him, a .373 batting average. The 31 hits, most on the team, 5 more than anybody else. And at least half of them have gone out into left field as he takes a fastball there. So Zena's doing a good job here, locating well with the fastball. And Shelton with 2 strikes has been particularly good this year.
And that's what happens. The 2-strike approach is there. And that's the thing that's going to benefit him at the next level. Because we know he's got the power. I think in his minor league career, you're going to see him in double digits every year he plays. That's not going to be an issue.
He'll take that one on the inner part of the plate. Didn't necessarily agree with our home plate umpire tonight, Vic Carell. Does try to go the other way there, but chops it into the ground, and Hentz has it. Throw across the diamond is in time, and that's a 1-2-3 first inning for Aaron Zenas. We'll head to the second, scoreless in Gainesville.
Hello.
Jeff Cardozo here. Scott Snyder doing all the hard work back behind the scenes. As Jackson Barberi gets back to work through 15 pitches in the first inning, and his 16th is low and inside. He has not been able to throw the off-speed stuff yet. Breaking ball or the changeup, just fastballs so far for strikes, as Chandler Howard is back in the box, and there's another one of those fastballs to even up the count at 1-1. Howard was in there when Jonas Shields was thrown out on a perfect strike by Heyman. There's a good changeup, and the first off-speed pitch to catch the zone for strike 2.
Yeah, if I was these JU hitters, the lefties, you might want to respect that changeup.
There it is again, and that one would have been in our laps. Let's go back to that pickoff.
In the jump right there, he did a little one hop step, and that slowed him down. Then he had to restart himself. The jump wasn't very good, and he didn't have a big lead to begin with.
1-2 pitch will miss in.
Now, I will say this. Luke Heyman threw an absolute P-Rod to second base. That was under two seconds.
What's P-Rod mean?
Line drive, a linea.
I like it. Now the 2-2, and it's down low. Barberi did not give up a run in his first 5 outings as a Gator, and then gave up one in Tallahassee, but only 1 hit in 3 innings. He pitched very well. 3-2 pitch here is a chopper to Curlin. He'll get his first chance in 10 games and is successful for out number 1.
Boy, it's good to see Cade Curlin back. You know, the sad thing about him at the time, he was playing his best baseball since his freshman year. He had it going on defensively, offensively, hitting with power, hitting for average, and then his shoulder popped out, but here he is back. So that's a big cog that was missed in that Gator lineup. And it also gives Sully a little bit more opportunities to move things.
And a good first pitch fastball to him from Barberi. Stevens from California, Elk Grove to be exact. 5'11", 180-pounder. 280 hitter on the year. He had a really nice weekend against UNF. So he gets to start again tonight. As that one skips away from him. Stevens was 4 for 5 with a homer against the Ospreys. Ospreys took game 1 of that series. And then JU came back and won the next 2.
And he ignited that ball club. Talking to Chris Hayes, he said he started everything. So he gets rewarded with the start tonight. They had 3 catchers that they used. Nick DeLisi, Connor Spellman, Carson Stevens.
Two-1 from Barberi is another chance for Curlin, and he's got it no problem for out number 2. And going back to the play that he got hurt, and you're talking about his defense, he was going to his left and just made a tremendous play and still had the wherewithal to be able to throw the guy out against Miami, and then remained on the ground, and then you knew it wasn't too good.
One of the things he does best defensively is that ball to his left in short right field. He has made that play dozens of times during his career.
So now Aiden Masters, and he will line one out to Bozer. Kevin O'Sullivan has done over the years 22 wins, 8 losses in the 30 times he has played Jacksonville over the years. Florida has won 13 of the last 16. And these midweek games are certainly something of importance. Last year, not so kind, and it almost cost the Gators, but this year's been a different story.
Absolutely. Almost didn't qualify for postseason because of midweek games.
Luke Heyman in there. The junior takes strike 1. And fists this one foul back over the dugout. Heyman hit in the 8-hole all 3 games in Knoxville, but with no Brody Donay in the lineup tonight, he'll get the cleanup spot.
And he's a guy that's going to hit double-digit home runs. So, good spot for him.
Heyman's 6 career hits against Jacksonville, 1 earlier this year. Takes a 1-2 fastball, and he knew it. So second strikeout already for Zenas, who has done a good job of throwing strikes.
I tell you, Zenas looks good. He's getting a run on that ball. It looked like a little two-seamer that ran back in and caught the corner out of the Cushing Academy High School.
Heyman probably thought that ball was high. And now Brendan Lawson. And the first pitch down and away for ball one.
Cushing Academy in Ashburnham, Massachusetts. You know who went there? John Cena.
Okay.
And actress Betty Davis.
Oh.
Very eclectic group. It's like 9 NHL hockey players went to that place too. He looks good tonight. Got the mustache going. Got the two-seamer going.
Swing and a miss there. Looks like Tom Selleck from Mr. Baseball. Keith Hernandez in him too.
There you go.
Speaking of
Seinfeld
Tom
actors?
Selleck. No, well that too, but already getting started over there in Major League Baseball, as this one is hit hard, but a one hopper right to second where Sheards will have it no problem for out number 2. So there's only been one ball hit in the outfield by each team, one by Nato and one by DeLaMalore. Other than that, it's been strikeouts and groundouts. And here is the aforementioned Cade Curlin. Maybe a little, even Rafael Palmeiro in that mustache.
That's right. Mississippi State grad.
Curlin hitting .353.
Wouldn't it be some old Foxy here hit a home run?
Yeah, be a way to return to the game. He had hit in 7 straight games before getting hurt, so technically a 7-game hitting streak as he spits on that one.
You see that on his arm guard, it says Foxy. There you go. That's his middle name, Fox.
Bobbing those hands up and down, he's anxious to hit, and he just missed that one.
Well, I bet you he's been chomping a bit. Nobody works harder than him, too, so for him being out, he's probably back in the lineup way more than people thought he would be just because of his work ethic.
That one hit the bull. Or Albert, I guess, in this case.
That's right.
Who wasn't standing back there. A changeup that stayed up. And a little smirk there from Zenas as he has fallen behind 3-1 for the first time. And he lost Curlin. So Curlin missing 10 games. They were still scared to pitch to him. And he'll trot down to first with a 2-out walk.
The old 2-out walk. How many times did the 2-out walk end up coming in and scoring?
Well,
more than the 2-out hit.
It certainly hurt the Gators in that game Sunday in Knoxville. 2 outs in the 6th inning and then back-to-back walks before the 9-hole hitter doubled and allowed Tennessee to take the lead. We'll see if Stripling can get on base as Evans moves into the on-deck circle. Lawrenceville, Georgia native. We'll take that one inside for ball one.
Stripling's done a nice job for the Gators coming in from Texas Tech. He could put him in a lot of different positions, DHing tonight, but very valuable in this lineup.
His lone homer came in his first game as a Gator.
First at bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has not hit one since, but he hit a ball on Sunday that should have been out if the wind wasn't blowing 35 miles an hour in. The entire stadium had a gasp thinking that that was going to get out and tie the game. You can see the wind is not a factor here tonight. And all of a sudden, Zenas has lost it.
I'll tell you a couple things that come to mind here. He walks him on a 2-out count. He throws over to first base. Cade Curlin has one of the shortest leads I think I've ever seen him take, and they're throwing over to first. You better be concentrating on that hitter.
5 straight wide ones, and now he finally throws one for a strike. Stripling just 2 for his last 13, so you'd like to see him get going again. This is his 14th start of the year. Gators' 22nd game. In and out of lineup a lot early, and then in the lineup a ton ever since Curlin got hurt. And he chops this one through the right side, and that'll be the first hit of the game. Curlin will put on the brakes and stay put. So Gators do get a couple on here, and that walk comes back huge. And Evans will have a chance to give the Gators the first run of the game.
Stripling did a nice job getting the pitch he could hit, working the count in his favor. Sitting on that pitch and pulling it to right. So the 2-out walk, you saw Chris Hayes, that drives any coach crazy when a pitcher does the 2-out walk. That's why they have antacids in the dugout.
So Evans will come to the plate. He's been one of the hotter Gators at swinging the bat. And the first pitch here is a check swing on a high fastball.
You know, I'm a big believer in this guy. He started off slow, and he's a guy that's going to factor in. He's a veteran presence. He is streaky. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But when he gets hot, there's nobody hotter in the country sometimes.
Gets a fastball, and that one will find center field. Curlin rounding third, heading for home. He's a brown-eyed, handsome man. And a 2-out knock by number 2 gives the Gators their first run of the game as Evans sends one right back up the middle.
The 2-out walk comes back to haunt. And a great piece of hitting by Ty Evans. Again, Ty Evans, a guy that's going to be a big cog as the Gators move forward this season. Veteran guy, he knows how to hit. Just got off to a slow start. No big deal. A lot of games left.
So that'll get the 9-hole hitter up there, Hayden Yost. Also struggling a bit at the plate. We'll try to get going, but he takes a changeup off the plate. Yost is averaged down to 254 now. Has batted leadoff a bunch and now in the 9-hole over the last couple of weeks. And that one will miss in.
Good take. I mean, he's been behind ever since he gets the 2 quick outs this inning.
So Yost can try to sit on a fastball here, but it's not even close. The at-bats for Yost are really interesting. He's just 6 for his last 36, but he's only struck out 2 times in those 36 at-bats. So he's putting the ball in play. Been robbed a few times, some atom balls.
You know, he hit a nice line drive to left against Tennessee right at Abernathy, and he hit it right on the screws.
Yeah. We'll see if he gets a green light here.
I would think not.
And you were correct. Is some action out in the Jacksonville bullpen now. Righty Grant Brooks starts to get loose.
Well, if he gets on, you're going to get a visit from the dugout, I would assume. And you know that's coming right now.
So a walk, 2 singles, and a walk to the bottom 4 hitters in the order. Gets Justin Nadeau to the dish with bags full of orange jerseys. And there you see Brooks in the bullpen. And the great prognostication of Nick Belmonte said someone's coming out to the mound, and we'll see it.
I mean, obviously, they're just going to slow this thing down, take a deep breath, refocus right here because, if he can't throw a strike, maybe we quote Betty Davis in All About Eve, fasten your seatbelts, it's going to be a bumpy night for the Dolphins.
I didn't see that movie.
It's a classic.
Speaking of classics, see Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out this summer.
Happy to see it. Happy. Trailer's out today.
Yeah. So Casey Kalina, the pitching coach in his first year at Jacksonville, long conversation. Nadeau hit it hard his first time, but it hung up there long enough for the center fielder Clayton Hodges to go over and get it. And there you see 3 Gators on the bag. Stripling's at third, Evans at second, Yost at first. And the Gators will 2-out nightmare here in inning number 2. And that changeup is not close. You tell Zenas is aiming it. He's not throwing it. And that one steered to the right of the plate. There's another one, and much better that time to even up the count.
That was the pitch he was throwing for a strike prior to the 2-out meltdown here.
Working a lot quicker now, trying to get into a rhythm. He's ready to go and misses on another changeup. So 3 straight changeups to Nadeau. And at some point, you're going to have to throw a fastball, and he's thrown more balls than strikes. There's a fastball, and it's chopped right back to Venus. An easy underhand toss over to him, and he makes a big pitch when he needed to. But the Gators get the first run of the game as Ty Evans with a 2-out single gives the Gators a 1-0 lead.